The 7 levels of tiny house. Most people think a tiny house is just a small house with a smaller price tag. They see a 200 square foot build and assume the only difference between that and a normal home is the square footage. They are completely wrong. The difference between a $15,000 conversion and a $400,000 custom micro home has almost nothing to do with how comfortable you are inside it. It has everything to do with understanding what you are actually paying for at each level. These are the 7 levels of tiny houses. By the end of this, you will know exactly where to spend your money, where you are overpaying for a name on a brochure, and where the real value in this industry actually lives. Level 1, conversion living. $3,000 to $25,000. This is where most people discover tiny living without realizing that is what they are doing. A converted school bus someone gutted and turned into a rolling home over 6 weekends. A cargo trailer with a platform bed, a propane stove, and a string of LED lights. A passenger van with a bed platform, a drawer system under the floor, and a single solar panel on the roof. These are conversions, and they are the raw, unfiltered entry point into everything this lifestyle is actually about. The movement inside most conversions is human ingenuity, salvage materials, and YouTube tutorials. The rest of the budget is whatever vehicle or trailer you started with, and somewhere between 300 and 800 hours of your own labor. The names at this level are not brands. They are Reddit usernames, Facebook group handles, and the Instagram account of someone 3 years into van life who now quietly consults for people starting exactly where they started. You are spending between $3,000 and $25,000, and the largest investment is not money, it is time. Here is what most people get wrong about level 1. A Skoolie or cargo trailer build is not a lesser version of a real tiny house. It is a fundamentally different philosophy. The people building at this level are not cutting corners. They are questioning the premise. They are asking why you need to spend $150,000 to live simply. And a lot of them are finding out the honest answer is that you do not. The exception is the cargo trailer conversion done seriously. A used 24-foot enclosed cargo trailer costs between $4,000 and $8,000. It is already a structural shell. It already has a subfloor. It is already road legal, towable, and built to carry loads heavier than anything you will put inside it. A builder with a clear plan, a $10,000 material budget, and real attention to insulation and vapor control can produce a genuinely livable home for under $20,000 total. That is not roughing it. That is a philosophy about what a home actually needs to be. Level 2, DIY tiny house on wheels. $20,000 to $65,000. This is where tiny living stops being a weekend experiment and starts being a structural commitment. You are building a real house on a purpose-built flatbed trailer, real framing, real insulation, real permitted electrical, real plumbing with PEX lines and a tankless water heater. A tiny house on wheels that follows RVIA or NOAH certification guidelines. You are no longer improvising, you are building. The DIY tiny house community at this level runs on platforms like the Tiny House Build, educators like Ethan Waldman, and open source plan libraries where experienced builders share exactly what worked and exactly what failed. The trailer alone, from manufacturers like Big Tex, Iron Eagle, or Load Trail, runs $4,500 to $9,000. A full material list for a properly framed and insulated 24-foot tiny house on wheels will run between $20,000 and $45,000 before factoring in your labor. What the marketing will not tell you about level 2 is this. The DIY community is where some of the most knowledgeable people in this industry live, not in builder showrooms, not in television specials. Right here, in forums and Discord servers and comment sections, where someone who has lived in their own build through 4 winters explains exactly why you need closed-cell spray foam on the trailer deck, mineral wool bats in the walls above, and precisely what your thermal envelope needs to look like for a Midwest January. That knowledge does not live in a brochure. The best value at level 2 is a self-built 20-foot structure using SIPS panels on the walls and roof. Structural insulated panels cost more upfront than standard stud framing, but they go up significantly faster, insulate better than anything you achieve with conventional bats, and eliminate the thermal bridging that quietly makes most budget tiny houses miserable between November and March. If you're going to invest 500 hours of your own labor into a structure, build the envelope right the first time. Level 3. Entry prefab and production builders, $65,000 to $130,000. This is where the phrase built by professionals starts carrying real weight. Not because professional automatically means better, but because at level 3, you are getting a structure designed by people who have built hundreds of these and refined the same floor plans through real-world feedback from thousands of buyers. Companies like Tumbleweed Tiny House Company, American Tiny House, and established regional manufacturers live here. You are spending between $65,000 and $130,000, and you are getting a warranty, a delivery schedule, permitted electrical work, and a floor plan that has been load tested, weather tested, and lived in tested by buyers who came before you. The finish quality is specified correctly. The insulation values are calculated. The transitions between spaces have been iterated until they actually work. Here is where first-time buyers make a critical mistake. They assume entry prefab is just paying for convenience. Some of it is, but these companies have solved problems you have not thought about yet. The clearance needed so the bathroom door opens without hitting the kitchen island, the positioning of the loft hatch so it does not conflict with the ridge beam, the way the water heater closet is ventilated for a propane unit in a tightly sealed structure. These are the details that take most first-time DIY builders one full winter of living, in the mistake before they understand what went wrong. The best value at level 3 is Tumbleweed's established production models, not because they are the most striking tiny houses at this price, because they have the longest feedback loop in the industry. Thousands of people have lived in Tumbleweed-built homes across every climate zone in America. Every current model reflects that history. In manufacturing, the most iterated version of a design is almost always the most reliable one. Level 4, Enthusiast territory, $130,000 to $250,000. Now we get into the level where your taste actually matters. Between $130,000 and $250,000, you are buying a tiny house that has a point of view, a personality, a coherent design language that someone thought hard about before you ever showed up. Escape Homes, Wheelhouse, Mint Tiny House Company, and Incredible Tiny Homes sit at this level. The conversation shifts entirely here. You are no longer asking whether the house will keep you warm and dry. You are asking what the way you live says about what you actually value. Because at level 4, someone has already answered that question before the first board was cut. If you are finding this breakdown useful, hit subscribe. We cover tiny homes, prefab builds, off-grid systems, and the real economics of small space living every single week. Escape Homes deserves its own paragraph at level 4. Outside the tiny house community, most people have never heard of them. Inside it, they are talked about the way serious home cooks talk about a well-seasoned cast iron pan, as the thing that just works, year after year, without making a spectacle of itself. Build quality is consistent. Insulation packages are serious. Cabinetry is custom to each unit. And the resale market for a well-maintained escape home is stronger than almost anything else at this price point. Here is what the marketing will not tell you at level 4. A significant portion of what you pay between $130,000 and $250,000 is the brand's content budget. 2 tiny houses can sit on identical trailers, carry the same appliance package, use the same spray foam contractor, and one costs 35% more because its brand has a better Instagram presence and a lifestyle photographer on retainer. Know exactly what you are buying before you commit. Level 5, the icons. $250,000 to $450,000. This is New Frontier Tiny Homes at its upper range. Olive Nest Tiny Homes. Liberation Tiny Homes flagship builds. You are spending between $250,000 and $450,000, and you have crossed a threshold that most buyers never reach and most buyers genuinely never need to. At level 5, something changes that no specification sheet can fully capture. These homes have presence, Not in a pretentious way, in the way a perfectly proportioned room stops you for a second before you can explain why. You feel it before you can articulate it. New Frontier's designs are not the most spatially efficient tiny houses available at this price. There are level 4 builds with tighter floor plans, smarter storage integration, more clever multi-use furniture systems. What New Frontier has is a design language so completely considered, from the wood species selected to the hardware finish, to the way morning light moves through the skylights, that nothing inside the house feels accidental. That level of intentionality is rare, and it costs what it costs. Here is the uncomfortable truth about level 5. You do not need to spend this much to live beautifully in a small space. A well-executed level 3 or 4 build will make most people happier on a daily basis. But if this is your one serious tiny house, the one you intend to keep for 20 years, a level 5 build from a company with a real track record will hold more of its value, age more gracefully, and never feel like a compromise. In an industry full of companies that may not exist in 5 years, that combination of longevity and resale stability is genuinely hard to find. The best value at level 5 is Olive Nest Tiny Homes. Craftsmanship per dollar at this builder is the strongest at this level. Joinery is hand-fitted. Insulation packages exceed most regional building codes, and they are one of the few companies at this price point that will still answer the phone 3 years after your delivery date. Level 6, Custom Architecture and Off-Grid Engineering, $450,000 to $800,000. Now, we are in a different conversation entirely. This is custom commissioned architecture, off-grid systems engineered to operate independently for decades, net zero certified modular builds from companies like Dvele or Method Homes, single commission micro cabin designs from architects who specialize in the specific discipline of doing more with less. You are spending between $450,000 and $800,000, and you are not buying a better tiny house. You are buying a system, a whole home lithium battery bank paired to a solar array calculated for your site's specific sun hours, a building envelope tested for airtightness to passive house standards, a rainwater collection and filtration setup certified for potable use, a structure whose total energy load was modeled and reduced before a single material was ordered. What most people get wrong about level 6 is that the restraint you see in these builds is not an aesthetic choice. It is the output of genuine engineering discipline. When every material, every window, every thermal mass element is selected for performance first, the result looks a certain way. That look gets called Scandinavian, or minimalist, or architectural. What it actually is honest. The best investment at level 6 is a Dvele modular unit. They are energy positive, built to commercial construction tolerances, and backed by a company with the capital and warranty structure to support what they sell. Their resale market is early, but real, and it is growing as buyers at this level begin to understand what they have actually acquired. Level 7, collector grade and one of a kind, $800,000 and beyond. We have officially left the world of housing and entered the world of architecture as proof of concept. Level 7 is award-winning microstructures from firms like Olsen Kundig or Mork Olness Architects. Off-grid compounds whose sustainable engineering has been published in academic journals. One-off commissions so refined in their spatial thinking that they have been exhibited, photographed, and studied by architecture programs as demonstrations of what becomes possible when unlimited budget is replaced by unlimited constraint. These are not places most people live. They are places that make an argument. They argue that small does not mean limited, that constraints applied correctly by genuinely skilled people produce outcomes that large budgets and large footprints never could. Here is the uncomfortable truth about level 7. Most of the people who commission these structures do not live in them full-time. They are weekend retreats, remote writing cabins, the tiny house equivalent of a rare watch sitting in a safe. And sometimes that is fine. The best architecture in any category gets built at the edges, regardless of who funds it or why. But if you are watching this channel because you want to actually live differently, Level 7 has very little to teach you that Level 2 has not already made available for a fraction of the price. The lessons that matter in small space living, the ones about spatial efficiency, about what a home requires intentionality, about what a home requires versus what we assume it does. Those lessons are available to anyone willing to build seriously for under $50,000 with their own hands. Conclusion: the sweet spot. So, where does that leave you? The sweet spot lives between levels 2 and 4, from a seriously built DIY tiny house on wheels through an enthusiast grade production build, roughly $30,000 to $200,000. This is the range where quality, value, and actual daily livability converge. Start at level 2 or 3 to discover what you actually need. Do you prefer a structure you built completely? One you can diagnose and repair anywhere? Do you care more about interior finish quality and design coherence? Do you need serious off-grid capability or a straightforward hookup to an RV park power pedestal? Answer those questions with a $45,000 decision before you try to answer them with a $200,000 one. Move to level 4 when your taste is calibrated. Consider level 5 only when you know precisely what you want, and you are fully prepared to keep it for decades. And unless you are pursuing tiny house architecture as a serious investment or a personal statement about what buildings can be, ignore levels 6 and 7 entirely. That money builds 3 exceptional tiny houses instead of one legendary one. 3 well-built homes across 3 different pieces of land, lived in across 3 different seasons and 3 different chapters of your life, will give you something no single perfect structure ever could. The best tiny house is the one you actually live in. Everything else is just expensive furniture you are afraid to move into. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more honest breakdowns like this, and we will see you in the next one.